Good morning and hello everyone. How are you today?
Morning,
Hello,
Good
teacher.
morning,
good
teacher.
morning,
Teacher.
teacher. I'm good.
Fine.
Have you taken your breakfast? Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Yes. Yes,
Not
teacher.
yet.
Yes.
It's okay. If you, I hope that in my class, I hope that you not feel bored. But if you are sleepy, I can let you to take some snacks to boost your energy. Okay. All right. So can we start our lesson now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Yeah,
teacher.
sure, teacher.
Yes.
Okay, but before we start the lesson, I want you to watch the video first. So, can you see my screen right now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
All
Yes.
right, I will play the video. Okay, from the video, can you guys predict what topic that we are going to learn today? Can
I can
anyone
see.
predict?
I can see that there is an acid and also alkali. So, are we going to learn about acid and alkali?
Uh, you almost close to the correct answer. Right. Okay. Um, Today, we are going to learn about the chemical properties of acids and alkali. At the end of the topic, students will be able to summarize the chemical properties of acid by carrying out the reaction between acid and base, acid and reactive metal, acid and metal carbonate. Second learning objective is students will be able to summarize the chemical properties of alkali by carrying out the reaction between alkali and acid, alkali and metal ion, alkali and ammonium salt. Okay, before we go further to the chemical properties, I want you to know the difference between physical properties with chemical properties. Okay, for physical properties, okay, acid usually have a pH value that less than 7, and acid also have a sour taste and able to change the litmus paper from red to blue, but different from chemical properties, because chemical properties we observe from the product that produced when the alkali and acid are react with other substances, and it usually involves the balanced chemical equation. So, will you able to differentiate between physical properties and chemical properties?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Uh, all right. Okay, now we are going to learn about the chemical properties of acid. For the first properties is we can observe from the reaction between acid react with alkali. So from the acid react with alkali, okay, acid react with alkali will produce salt and water. Okay, for example, I have hydrochloric acid react with sodium hydroxide. So the product produced is sodium chloride and water. So if you don't know, okay, how what salt will be formed, so um, you can follow this way. Okay, for example, for first, you have know the formula for water, right? H2O.
Yes.
Then you go for you look at the reactant part. Okay, the leftover element, which is NaCl. So you just combine these two to become your salt, because OH and H has formed to combine become the water molecule. So your salt will become Na combined with Cl, and then the salt will be formed sodium chloride. So do you understand this part?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
Yes.
So if you don't if you unclear with the part, you can stop me, okay?
Alright, teacher.
Then I will explain again. Right. For the second properties, we can see from the acid react with reactive metal. Okay, for example, reactive metals such as copper, aluminium, magnesium, zinc. Okay, so when acid react with reactive metal, it will produce salt and hydrogen gas. So the formula of hydrogen gas is H2. Okay, for example, I have sulfuric acid react with our reactive metal, which is copper. So H2, okay, H2 is come from this compound from sulfuric acid. So your salt will come from copper combined with sulfate from sulfuric acid. And the third properties is acid plus with metal carbonate. So the reaction between acid and metal carbonate will produce salt, water, and carbon dioxide. So I have a nitric acid plus react with calcium carbonate. Okay, for the product, you have no the formula for carbon dioxide and water. Then you write first water and carbon dioxide. So then you look at the reactant part. The leftover element is calcium and nitrate. You just combine these two elements to become your salt. And then please make sure that every chemical equation that you form must be balanced. Do you clear with this part, guys?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
So can we move to the other part, which is chemical properties of alkali?
Sure.
Alright. So now we're going to learn the chemical properties of alkali. Okay. For the first properties alkali is, okay, we can see from the reaction, alkali react with acid will produce salt and water. Okay. For example, I have potassium hydroxide react with sulfuric acid, and then the product will be potassium sulfate plus with water. First you can write the formula for water first, and then look at the reactant. The leftover element you just combine to become your salt, and then you have to balance your chemical equation. This part, alkali, acid, produce salt and water, you have to remember, because this is the such like a condition or formula. Okay. What if alkali react with acid? What will happen when alkali react with other substance? What will happen? So you have to remember the outcomes, the products. Next, we look at the reaction between alkali and metal ion. The reaction between alkali and metal ion will produce insoluble metal hydroxide and the cation from alkali. Cation from alkali. So, for example, I have a sodium hydroxide react with a magnesium. Okay, metal ion. You have to put the charge because if the formula, the condition just say for metal reactive metal, you just can put Mg. But since it is use a metal ion, so you need to include the charge. Okay, and then cation from alkali. So cation from alkali is sodium, right?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
sodium.
Okay, so you put the cation from alkali first, and then the leftover element at the reactant you just combine to become your insoluble metal hydroxide. Okay, insoluble metal hydroxide usually if usually if we conduct the experiment when it said insoluble, that means there are exist of precipitate. Okay.
Noted, teacher.
Okay. Next, we go for the third property, which is alkali react with ammonium salt. Okay. The reaction between alkali and ammonium salt will produce salt, water, and ammonia gas. Okay. For example, I have lithium hydroxide react with ammonium chloride, and then the product produced is lithium chloride, water, and ammonia gas. Make sure all the chemical equation that you form is balanced. Okay, so do you understand this part?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
So,
teacher.
okay, so if I give you question, will are you able to answer?
We
We
try
try
our
our
best.
Okay. Alright. Okay. So this is the question. Alright. From the question, do you want to volunteer to answer, or I pick random of you? Any one of you? Alright. I just pick any one of you. Okay? Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
teacher.
Iliana, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Which of the following that can react with the metal carbonate to produce carbon dioxide gas? Which one? Aqueous solution that can react with metal carbonate and then produce CO2.
I think aqueous solution L.
I think. Sorry. I think I have do a mistake at on my slide. Okay. The solution should be have a pH value 11. Okay. I'm sorry for my
Okay.
mistake. So okay, Ili, what's your answer?
My answer is aqueous solution L
Why?
because the pH value is 5, which is indicate that it is acidic solution.
Very good. Alright. So this is the answer. So L is an acidic solution with pH value 5, which is acid, and acid react with metal carbonate to produce CO2. Okay, now we move to the students' activity. I have provided the link at the chat room, right?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. this is your group. I have divide you into two groups. So please remember your group, and I want you to go click the link and then enter the Canva website. Okay, at the Canva website, you choose the template of your group. Okay, they are group 1 and group 2, and then I want you to fill in the template. Okay, I will give you about 7 minutes to complete the task. Is it enough for you to complete the task?
We will try.
Yes, we try our best.
Okay. Then after you finish the task, I want you to present your work. Okay? Are you clear with the instruction?
Clear, teacher.
Clear, teacher. Alright, teacher.
Okay. So now, do you have entered the Canva website?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
E.
So now, so now you can start your to complete your task. Your 7 minute will start right now. Hello everyone, are you guys done with the template?
Uh, just a little bit,
Okay,
but we are nearly done.
alright. So can we proceed to the presentation or not yet?
I think we can proceed, teacher.
Alright, so I will stop sharing my presentation for you to share your screen, okay? Okay, I have stopped my sharing. So now, can you present your work for the group 1?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So for our group, we are being assigned the question that state the chemical properties of the compound with the example. The chemical properties given is CH3COOH, which is acetic acid. Am I right, teacher?
Yes, you're right.
Okay, so there are three chemical properties for acetic acid. The first one is uh, acetic acid react with alkali to produce salt and water molecule. So this is the equation that we have made. Second, acetic acid will also react with reactive metal, which is it will produce hydrogen gas and also salt, and this is the equation. And last but not least is acetic acid will react with metal carbonate and will produce salt, carbon dioxide and also water. So this is the equation that we managed to get.
Okay, well done, group 1. All the answer is correct. That means you give your attention to my lesson. Alright. Okay, let's proceed to the second group.
I will present for the second group, teacher.
Okay, Howard.
Can someone present the screen for me?
Yes, sure.
Okay, from group 2, we have been assigned with chemical properties of CaOH2, which is calcium hydroxide. Is that correct, teacher?
Yes.
Okay, for the first one is the reaction of calcium hydroxide with acid that will produce salt and water. We can see that calcium hydroxide with hydrochloric acid will produce calcium chloride, CaCl2, and water. While for the second reaction is the alkali react with ammonia salt to produce salt, water, and ammonia gas. We can see that calcium hydroxide that act as alkali react with ammonium chloride, which is ammonia salt, and produce a salt called calcium chloride alongside with water and ammonia gas. While for the third reaction is the alkali that react with metal ion to produce metal hydroxide and cation from alkali, where the calcium hydroxide react with zinc and produce metal hydroxide, which is zinc hydroxide, and also cation from alkali.
Okay, well done to group 2. All the answer is correct. Okay, seems like you can master the lesson, I think. Okay, alright. Okay, before we go to the conclusion of the lesson, do you have any question?
No,
No,
teacher.
understand.
No, teacher.
Okay, so I will share the slide again. Okay, sorry because my connection quite weak. Alright, okay, can you see my slide?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now we go for the conclusion of our lesson. So from this topic, you will learn that the properties, the chemical properties of acid is when acid react with other substances. Okay, for example, acid react with base will produce salt and water. And then the second, acid react with the reactive metal will produce salt and hydrogen gas. And the last properties is acid react with metal carbonate will produce salt, water, and carbon dioxide gas. For alkali, alkali react with acid will produce salt and water. Meanwhile, alkali react with metal ion will produce metal hydroxide, which is insoluble, and cation from alkali. And the last one is alkali react with ammonium salt to produce salt, water, and ammonia gas. Okay, so I hope that you can able to summarize and remember the formula, the condition when acid react with other substances we produce this product. Okay. Okay, class. Before we dismiss the class, I want to remind you to do the exercise at page 158. Okay?
Okay, teacher. Okay, teacher.
Okay, so I will meet you next week. Okay, everyone. Thank you. We
Thank
can
you,
dismiss.
Miss.
Thank you, teacher.
Alright.
Thank you.
Yeah.